At this time in our tour of Brown Cemetery, we feel it's appropriate to read this article printed in the Arlington Enterprise at the time of John Geib's demise. The title of the article was The Chairman of the Board of County Commissioner Dies Suddenly Last Thursday Morning. The Grand Master of the Universe has called John Geib to his celestial home. His body was brought to Henderson Sunday morning and laid in state at the courthouse until 2 o'clock, when the funeral services conducted under the auspices of Masonic order of which the deceased was a member. The deceased was also honored by the attendance in a body of the Henderson Lodge of GRA and also the Henderson Lodge of the Order of the Herman Sons, he being affiliated with both of these organizations. The service was begun by W. Folson of St. Paul, Grand President of the Order of the Herman Sons, who addressed his brethren and assemblage in German language. After that came music by the choir, and then the solemn and impressive Masonic ceremony for the burial of its dead, led by the worshipful master W.H. Lehman. Following this, the choir sang another sacred hymn. The audience was then addressed by Reverend Jones of the Episcopal Church of Lee Sur, who announced that he spoke that day rather as a brother of the Masonic order than as a clergyman. But he said that there was not a wide distinction between the two. Both were founded on and actuated by the same principles, except that the Christian Church was founded by God, and the Masonic order was an institution founded by men. The Holy Bible is the rule and guide for both organizations. He went further into the subject than we have space to devote in these columns, and then branched into the eulogy of the deceased. It was a very able speech, and at its close many eyes were dimmed with tears, introduced by his prayerful sympathy for the bereaved and brotherly spirit toward the dead. At its close, the remains were viewed by those among the assemblage who wished to do so, and then the funeral cortege was formed, and leaving the courthouse, wound its way up the hill to the beautiful cemetery. There, amid the sobs of the dear ones he left behind and the soulful expression of those friends and brothers who had gathered together to pray the last tribute of love and respect, all that was mortal of John Geib was slowly lowered into its final resting place. After the Masonic services at the grave had been completed, all departed, their thought probably dwelling on the uncertainty of human life. In the midst of life, prepare for death, for we know not how soon we too may be called. John Geib was born in Germany about the year 1833, and hence he was in the neighborhood of 67 years old. He moved to this country when he was a boy of 7 years, and lived with his parents in the state of Ohio until he was 22. Then he came to Sibley County in 1855, where he has since resided in and near Henderson. Brother John Geib was initiated, passed, and raised a Minnesota Master Mason at Henderson Lodge number 80 in 1876. He was once elected to the state legislature, served as chairman of the county commissioners for 16 years, and alderman of the city of Henderson for over 20. His record of continually in office of public trust for so many years speaks more for his sterling qualities than we can do. John Geib, in 1862, enlisted in Company H, 7th Minnesota, and served as wagoner during the Dakota Uprising, taking part in battles from Birch Coulee, Wood Lake, Big Hills, and New Ulm. He also served during the Civil War, taking part in many engagements, and was honorably discharged at its end. Sibley County loses in John Geib one of its most sturdy pioneers and prominent citizens whose place in life will be difficult to fill. Thank you on behalf of our lodge, Union Lodge 45 in Leesburg, for being a part of this program today. And the next site we will visit is Brother Jacob Geib. Thank you.